What's good, YouTube? It's your girl Stage Nicole back at it again with another video. How I got fired from this arcade place in my city in a week. And I guess that's because I sucked. It's because I sucked, you guys. I was terrible. I didn't know how to serve. I didn't know how to bartend. I was terrible. I was making over $200 a night. Anyway, I'm like, let me just I already made another video, but I want to I look cute and I want to just sit in the camera, because I'm feeling myself a little bit today. You know, I got the hair laid. It's still laid. Like, this is so cute to me. And then I got my lashes on, still got the nails and the necklace and the earrings. Like, we good. You feel me? Got the list up. Okay. So, you feel me? Now I can really talk my stuff. And not in a disrespectful way, not in a bashing way, but because this is for entertainment, right? And I'm going to tell y'all the tea. In the other video, I was just kind of talking about it, in the car. My hair wasn't done. I look crazy because I was actually at my hair appointment waiting to get my hair done. So anyway, we fit to get into the tea. So if y'all want to see it, keep watching. First and foremost, let me just start off. It's a series. It's honestly a God thing. It's honestly a protection thing. I believe in my heart. Y'all don't gotta believe it. Y'all don't gotta see it, but I know in my life that's what it is. You feel me? Okay, so let's just start off with I didn't even know they were even doing that. They've been doing that for a long time, making it. So it finally opened, right? Well, I didn't even realize that they were hiring until I stopped working at my old job as a server, and I got that server experience under my belt, which it was a good, good amount of time. So I was like, okay, bet I have a server experience. And once I, lost the other job, I was still like, okay, I want to serve, right? So my BD, my child's father, he was telling me that he had an interview as Zabzone or whatever, and he he don't like it. It was a white boy. He ain't finna hire me. This ain't, you feel me? And I was like, whatever. And he was telling me how it's cool in there and stuff. So I'm like, all right, bet. Let me look into that. So I didn't want to work with him. Don't get me wrong. If he would have worked there, I would not have been there. Well, when I went on the line, I applied to be a server, right? I applied to be a server. And then I actually applied again to be a bartender because I have my alcohol license. Because in my other job, we had to serve alcohol, but all we did was we didn't have to the whole bar. We didn't have a bar. We had little drinks that we could pour. So I had my alcohol serve safe license. So that was kind of okay. But again, I didn't want to bartend. I wanted to serve because I'm good on bartending. That's just not, I never did it. I just would prefer to serve. Well, that was on their thing. And they had it on Indeed, everything, server. And it said it paid a good amount of money. It said up to 14 hours. They had the wrong information. But I knew as a server, you get paid minimum. You feel me? Wage, which is a scam. It's a scam. It really is. But it's all good. Fast forward, I got, I called, I got an interview. Hey, you come, blah, 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 blah. Come in. Okay, I got an interview. And when I get there, he goes, oh, so what'd you apply for? I'm like, I'm to be a server. And he was like, or a bartender, whatever you guys have open. He was like, okay, got my number. I'll call you back, let you know, whatever, when, we open. Because they weren't opening for another month. So I was like, all right, whatever. He was like, and then he told me there was going to be 2 interviews because they had just hired the manager, the kitchen manager, that same day that I had an interview. So I had to go back and meet the kitchen manager. And he made me a second interview. So I got the second interview a week later. I went back again and I didn't meet the kitchen manager. I had the same interview with the same dude, and he was it was just unorganized because again, they weren't open yet. They're trying to get stuff around, not organized. And I wasn't mad at it because it's dang. But it was kind of confusing because it was kind of upsetting though, because I went in, and when I went in, I didn't have an interview. I didn't they couldn't find the manager, the restaurant manager. He wasn't there or whatever. And I'm like, how are you guys going to schedule me an interview and the manager's not there? Well, the other guy that interviewed me first time, he kind of asked me, walked me around again and asked me again, would you apply for again? Well, hello, I'm here to I'm to be a server, okay. So then he's all right. So he was talking, we were talking, he was walking around, he was cool, and he was he was cool, cool little white boy, Justin Bieber. Okay. Anyway, so I was like, okay, well, you feel me, what? And he was like, okay, well, you got the job, I'll keep you posted with the dates of starting and stuff like that, because we're not for sure exactly when we're opening. within the next month we'll be opening, like, and getting her date and everything. And I was like, okay, cool, like, just keep me posted, let me know. Okay, fast forward, like, I had his personal number. He gave me his personal, so me and him would text, and like he would tell me like, okay, I want you to start, we're opening this week, so I'll have you train. When does it open? It's opening, because I thought it was supposed to open like this, so it's supposed to open like the 18th or something like that, or the 16th, I don't know, 15th or something, but they pushed it back. So I seen that. He didn't tell me, but I seen it on like the post. And so I was like, okay, so I see y'all are not opening, like, when are you guys like opening officially? And he's like, the next week. So I'm like, all right. And then he's like, and so I'm like, and then he, like, I think he asked again. No, he goes something about like their like licensing. They had to, like, they couldn't open because of like, it's not ready, like, with the government or whatever, safety, whatever the heck, they had to redo a couple things, right? And so I was like, dang, okay, like, that's cool, like, whatever. And so then fast forward, he reached out again, and he was like, we will be starting. And then he was like, we will be opening officially the next Friday, the 20, whatever it was. And then he was like, can you come in on Thursday to start, or whatever? What day can you come? Because I would like you to start. So I was like, yeah, I can come in like, you know, this time. And he was like, remind me what position you applied for again. I said, a server. Making me upset. So then he goes, well, unfortunately, servers, we are looking for bartenders to start with opening, because like, we're gonna have our bartenders like serve and like all do, like, make their own drinks, run their own food, everything. And I was like, okay, like, I was upset. So I'm like, damn, like, you're just now telling me this? Like, you just wasted my time. You just wasted my time. And I have a kid, like, don't play with me. Like, I was pissed. I'm not gonna lie, I was really pissed. And I called him, like, should I just not even do it? Because I'm like, he's like, you can start off somewhere else. And then once you feel me, we can train people, like, I'll have you come back or whatever. And so I was like, okay. So I remember we talked and stuff. And I was like, yo, how, like, you know, what is the position? Like, I'm, you know, not trying to be rude or anything, but $12 an hour is not, like, that's not what I was expecting. Like, that's why I wanted to serve. Like, I've been waiting on this job to start, like, and now you tell me I can't even do what I applied for, like, you know. And he was like, well, we have like this party hosting position, like, it's $12 an hour, but you get tips, you know, whatever, but it's not guaranteed tips. That's the problem. It's not guaranteed. Like, you know, when you're a server, like, people know the tip. Well, people don't understand, like, it's, you know, you can tip as a party host because we're serving too, but it's just like bigger parties in a party room. And so he was like, yeah. So I was like, yeah, I would try that, whatever. He said, come in. I went in. He said 5 to 10. I get there, don't know where to go, none of that. And so I ended up finding like where everybody was sitting at. And then the boss, the one that owns it or whatever, he was there. And like, I've seen him like when I used to go to that, you know, back in the day when I was younger. So like, he seemed cool. And the restaurant manager was there, and he was talking to people, and I tried to like introduce myself to him, and he was like really rude. He was like trying to ignore me, like, oh, well, yeah, I don't know. And I was like, well, I wanted to be a server, but I heard that you guys don't want servers right now. You guys are looking for bartenders, but I have my bartender, like, my license for alcohol. And he was like, oh, well, where'd you serve? And I said, Crackville. He said, oh, where'd you bartend? I said, I never bartended though. That's the thing. And so I was like, dang, I was like upset about it or whatever. I was bummed out because I'm like, damn, like, I just wasted my time. And plus, like, my thing is, why don't y'all, like, what do you mean you don't need servers? I didn't understand that. They didn't know what they were really doing. Let's just start right there. Like, it was just unorganized, which, again, I understand. But, like, so pretty much after that, he talked to me. He was like, okay, well, like go fill out this paper. Give me like 30 minutes. Fill out the paper. I'm gonna talk and help these kids, and then I'm gonna come back. We gonna talk. So after he came back and he talked to me, he sat me down. He was like, look, what, you know, what's like, what's up? Like, you know, what's going on? And I was like, what do you mean? Like, you know, I said, I just, you know, I explained, I'm like, I probably for this server, you know, like what I just told y'all, and explain it to him again. I said, you know, I'm not trying to be hard or be fussy or nothing like that, because I don't, you know, but I said, just, you know, again, like, I don't want to work. I can't do the whole $12 an hour thing. And so he was like, so what's your story? And I was like, my work history, like, what do you mean? And he goes, no, like, what's your story, like, your life story? And I thought that was really sweet of him to ask me, because I felt like it was like the fact that he sat me down, like to understand, like, hey, she can't make $10 an hour, because he knows I have a kid. I had brought it up too. And he goes, what's your story? And so I just explained that I'm a mom, a single mom, like, and stuff like that. And he asked me, like, do you live on your own? Like, are you by yourself, like, with your, like, daughter? Like, pretty much asked if I live on my own, like, and I was like, yeah, like, you know, stuff like that. And he was like, well, look, I would like to offer you more money. Like, if you decide to do the party hosting, I will give you, you know, more an hour, or I'll give you more an hour party hosting. And he said that he will, I get tips too. So sometimes people make up to $200, $150 to $200 within a day, plus the per hour. So he was like, you know, that's money right there, right? And so I was like, ooh, you feel me? But I didn't have experience doing that, and I knew like it was new. So I'm like, damn, I kind of want to serve though. And so my mind was still stuck, fixated on serving. But like, I was like, well, he was like, well, you can serve. He's like, we can go talk to him, pull Mike's arm. You can go work with him, and, you know, we can talk to him together. And I was like, okay. So he brought him over, and I asked him, I said, can I do both? He said, yeah, if some days he needs you, blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, okay, cool. And so he came over, we talked. He was like, yeah, what's your availability? We'll get you on there. He was like, I just, you know, it's just, you know, whatever. And so I was like, okay. And I was like, no, I will make the drinks. I mean, like, I'm a quick learner, but like, I still, like, you know, I get what, I just didn't understand like their whole, I still don't understand their whole like aspect of just making it bartenders only. Like, I don't understand, because he didn't want to do tip out. And I don't understand why you don't want to do tip out if we're the ones tipping. Like, the servers are the ones tipping out, not him. So I just didn't understand the whole aspect, because for one, and then they end up telling us we're going to make more money as bartenders, but then they end up paying us the server wage, which is weird. So I'm like, that's so weird to me. And I'm just glad. It's just too much. I should have just stuck with the party hosting, to be honest. Like, because I just didn't like the vibe that he gave off. But anyway, I ended up getting in there, and he put me on the schedule, and I got in. He got me in, and so I started the opening day. So starting opening day, I was there at 10 a.m. I had to be there at 10 a.m. We open at 12. Well, they didn't tell us like how everything like was gonna run. I didn't know how to use like the kiosk thing, like who was gonna be the host to sit people, like all this stuff. And it's like, they didn't even explain to us. We literally had to wing it. We had to put stuff together for the bar, like place like bottles where we wanted them. And there was 4 of us starting out that day. And that day I had like a good little section, but I didn't make drinks. I didn't know nothing about like what, like different, like the mixers and the draft difference from draft beer and like a bottle. I know what a bottle beer and a draft beer, but like just stuff like that. And I didn't know what like certain shots, like I didn't know. And so I was like, dang, like, okay, like I don't know, like nothing, like, and like none of them, like they didn't know where nothing was. They know how to they knew how to make drinks, most of them, because they were bartenders. A few of them like never bartended before. They just kind of winged it. But I'm just honest, to be honest. Like, that's just me. I'm honest. If I don't know how to do something, I'm gonna let y'all know. That's just me. But some people were like, we're winging it, hey, and that's kind of what I wish I would have did. But instead, I just, you know, asked for help and stuff. And like most people like would help me like make my drinks and stuff. And I told them like, if I can get one designated person, I'll tip them out. But I had to ask different people, because like, you know, it was just chaotic. There's not really any one person, because everyone's doing their own thing. Again, trying to make drinks, take orders, take out food. If you have like 5 people that want different drinks, somebody else's food's up, how am I gonna make 5 drinks, run food, and then y'all are getting mad because y'all have to run my food? Y'all ain't doing nothing else. Get a food runner then. They're gonna have to see. It's common sense. I just feel like I was set up for failure, to be honest. But I feel like for me personally, and in my life, and I'm pretty self-aware, I could have I could have, what I should have and could have done is just take a step back and like not served or like bartended, because I feel like I could have just party hosted off rip and just, you know, especially when he made my agreement. But I was like, well, can I do both? But I wanted to only serve because I wanted the quick money, you feel me? And again, I'm just used to serving. That's just what I've been doing now for the past, like this whole year. I served and I enjoyed it. But when I came, I didn't realize it was going to be like that type of serving. I didn't realize it was just different. And like I said, the restaurant manager, he had to be in the grill the whole time. So there was like nobody really like out there. Like nobody was like helping us, and like all of us were just confused, asking each other questions. We were like, I don't know. So the first day under my belt, it was cool. People helped me make my drinks like the first day. They was cool. I knew a couple people, and then I made like 180 or 90 that day. But I was there since 10 a.m. But we didn't open till 12, so I don't count the first 2 hours because they should be paid like $12 an hour. And then starting at 10 o'clock, we got starting at 12 o'clock, that's my count. So like 12, so I think I worked till like 6 or 7 that day. So I made a good amount of money the first opening day, and I worked like a day shift. And then Saturday and Sunday I made like 190 and like 200. And then like I went in on Tuesday and I made 130 on a Tuesday. And I was working in short hours, like good amount of hours. There was a day I had to work there for like 9 hours. And I was tired. And I think that was the day I made like 200. But it was cool. Like, I enjoyed it. You feel me? I enjoyed like working there and stuff like that. Like, I feel like I never had no one get upset with me and stuff. Like, I was just like honest with them. I was like, look, we're just opening, you know, go. Like, I appreciate y'all for being patient with me. Like, I'm not, you know, like I'm a new bartender, you know, and I'm helping people help me. Like, and everyone was cool. Like I said, people were cool. Like, and I started making drinks. I started to get the hang of like, okay, this is where this is. And some drinks like I knew already, so I just did them. And people love the drinks. Like, no, like there was maybe a few people that like, you know, like wanted more, and they're like, you know, and that's just normal. People, oh, this ain't strong enough, and we're just, I'm doing what the book told me. That's just, you know how people always want more. Like, but this one girl, like, she was like, I'm gonna come back and see you. Like, even my lady, my office lady for my place, she was like, girl, you made my drinks good. Let me get another one. Like, I sold a lot of drinks, and I made them myself. And like sometimes I had to ask for help, but most of the time I didn't. And if I asked for help, the sucky part is I had to ask my coworkers, which nobody was a team lead. Nobody was getting paid more. So like nobody wants to stop and help somebody else when, you feel me, they are not getting paid and that's not their necessarily job. And I do appreciate so much, and I pray that God blesses them beyond measures for the people that took their time to help me, because at the end of the day, like that's my heart too, is like, I understand like you're trying to get to that bag, but it's a blessing to help others because you don't know what that person's going through. I didn't have a job, so I needed, like, you know, within that week I made enough money to pay my car note that month, to, you know, and just do the things I needed to do. And it's a blessing that they helped me when they did. And so I just pray that God blesses them. And if you're watching this video, because I know the T on the P, like y'all want to see the T, and I know people are gonna watch this video, because a lot of people, and y'all wanted it. I seen y'all like say yes. So like genuinely, I appreciate y'all for helping me for real. Like y'all don't understand. Like it's deeper than just work. Like inwardly, it's deep. You feel me? To me, and for y'all to help me, like in like, you know, I appreciate that. Period. So I did start making my own drinks though. And Tuesday, I think it was either Sunday or Tuesday, one of the managers, it was the manager that originally interviewed me. Yeah, it's always him. Now that I low-key, he's weird now that I'm thinking about it. But now that I'm thinking about it, he came up to me. He kept having to run my food, and he was getting mad because it was busy. We were open. It was my third day, and at this time I had worked till close on Sunday, Christmas Eve. I worked till 7. I was there the whole day that we were open to close. He was mad because he had to help me run my food, and it was busy. I was in the bar because I was like, there was only three of us, and I was in the bar making drinks. You know what I'm saying? Taking care of customers. Like, if y'all seen the place, like, there's, like, so many, like, different, like, we have, like, the bowling alley. We have the go-karts. We have the axe throne. We have to check on those customers. And they come in parties, and everyone orders drinks at once. Then, what am I supposed to do? Because we had to run around a lot. Everything was everywhere. And, like, again, I'm not complaining. Like, I just was a little overwhelmed. And I think I wasn't overwhelmed. Everyone was overwhelmed. And I feel like for me being a server, I was one of the main people out on the floor taking like floor orders too, while also trying to be in the bar. There was a day I had a section in the bar too, but most of the time, this is the pot. Like again, it's typical. Most bartenders, two bartenders are like taking the rail seatings all around. You have like 4 or 5 of us in there. Then you have backup like floaters. So it's like, it's just, oh, they just threw us in there. Like, I just feel like I was fed to the wolves, and I should have just stayed and listened to the owner. Okay, he knew what he was talking about. He knew, he was just like, okay, if that's what you want to do, like. But anyway, what I was saying about the guy that hired me, or the one that hired me or whatever. Also, he didn't even add me to the app. Like, even though owner was like, oh, who did your interview? And he was like, oh, he did. And he was like, yeah, oh, I knew it, figured, because he didn't like do it. Like, I don't know what he did. Pretty much, he just like told me like, hey, like, I need you to like be more like running your food. I had to run your food a couple times today, like, and I need you to do a better job. I've been telling everybody that if you don't do a better job, you know, we will like let you go. And I was like, okay, like, yep, I got you. But I was like, again, I wanted to like go, and I asked myself, so I just have a question, like, how do you expect me to like run food and make drinks at the same time? Like, that's not what bartenders do. Like, are you crazy? Like, y'all just don't want to pay people because y'all want the money in y'all pockets and to go to y'all whatever business. Like, no, I'm not no slave for nobody. Let me make that clear. I don't need, like, no, like, I'm telling you that's not me. I don't care. Y'all are not finna treat me and think y'all finna run me. Let me tell y'all, they thought I was finna host, sit people, host, and run food, make drinks, and check like the other things. How am I gonna do that? Like, y'all are crazy. Like, nobody could do that. I'm one person. Be realistic. Like, again, I just feel like they didn't want to pay nobody. And we kept telling them, like, y'all need a host. Like, and I told them, like, I was like one of the people that stood up, and I did say that. I didn't say it disrespectfully, but I stood up for myself, and I don't regret it. I said, not to be funny, I told this to the owner, and he was he's like, no, I'm listening. Like, what? I want to help you guys. He goes, I said, look, if you guys want us to host, we need to be paid more an hour, because that means that we're not able to attend to our customers the way we need to if we're just in a section like a normal serving, like as a server. I'm in multiple different sections doing multiple different things, and I'm not gonna be able to attend to my people as I need to as a server, and that's how I make my money. Y'all gonna have to pay me more then if y'all want me to do all that. Oh, he was like, oh, I understand, whatever. So like I said, then that's when the guy talked to me. He ended up talking to me, you know, about the whole running food, and if I don't run food, like, we'll be let go. He's talking to everybody and letting all of us know. And I'm like, okay, for sure. And so then Tuesday came. I made my little money. Like I said, on my part, I know Cracker Barrel, I had a couple people get mad at me. But here, like, from what I know, I never had nobody get mad at me. Like, everybody has left me a tip, and I can tell because I have like we had like a kiosk that people's getting. Everyone left me tips, even if they're getting like a little, like a soda cup. But people left tips. People were happy, like with me at least on my part. And yes, I may not have been able to like serve them like how like I would at another place, because I was able to focus on them and like continue to come back around. But it's hard when you have so many different things going on. The kiosk doesn't tell you which table is which. You don't know when your food's up, because the kitchen's all the way in the back. You gotta go all the way around up, and it's just so much. And then there's a whole bunch of servers. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me started about if there's a whole bunch of, once every server comes in at like 5 or 6 o'clock, and you got 8 or 10 servers trying to make drinks at once. Don't get me started. But, you know, like, I wish I would have been able to ride it out, you feel me, until like the wheels fell off. No, I wish I would have been able to ride it out until they got it figured out. Because like it was good money, like, you know. But at the end of the day, I say like God did it for a reason, because I literally 2 days before I had to go back to work on Friday, I was praying and I was like, Lord, like, I don't have a sitter for Savi. I don't know what to do. Like, and I genuinely was like so hurt like that. And I was just crying like, Lord, what am I going to do? I don't have a sitter for my daughter. Like, what am I going to do? And I was angry. I was so angry because I'm like, oh my gosh, I just want to, like, I need to work. Like, what am I going to do, Lord? Help me. If you're going to, like, you know, like, I feel like you let me get this job, Lord. Like, you, like, how the guy said, like, he sat me down and all this stuff. And I'm like, Lord, like, help me. And he goes, and so, he sure did help me. I go to work and I make good money. I made like 200 in like 5-6 hours, literally. Cause literally we open up at 12, but like it's so slow. Like that first hour, people don't eat till like 1 o'clock. So I didn't probably get a table till like 1 o'clock, you guys. And I made $200 in like 5 hours, over $200. everywhere. But I do appreciate the owner. I will say that, and I respect him so much because he was very supportive, like for real, like on some real stuff. He was very supportive, and I really appreciate him. Like, I never seen no ugly character out of him, but like the other managers, like the restaurant man, like, and this is again no shade to him, but like I seen some things. It's just like, nah, like I don't. That's just not. I can tell what type of person y'all are fake. That's two-faced. Because when this one guy, the cook, the first day I worked there, he got fired. This black kid. And I was, this is what I heard, but then I also heard from the manager. He goes, I guess they went back there and he wasn't doing anything. And he was, because he didn't know. They, again, weren't training. They just expected everyone. They wanted people like to already come and know. Like, how are we supposed to know? You guys are a brand new place. If you guys want people to know, then y'all better hire your other people from your other stores and tell them to come in here. But y'all want to rush opening it, and y'all want us to just get on the bandwagon. And some people can do that, but some people can't. But doesn't mean that they're less talented than the other person. Just people's minds work differently. And y'all are discriminating certain people because not everyone can just pick up. Like, you're supposed to properly train your employees so they know what they're doing. We didn't learn about no cleaning stuff, like watch video, like nothing. Like, it was just, they just threw us out there. And I was like, okay, let's go. I was happy, but I didn't realize that when stuff is like that and when stuff comes easy to you, there's other problems because they're not, like, it turned out to be like they're unorganized and dysfunction. And the manager told one of the kids, the black guys, I think he was younger too. He's like, you can go, you're fired, you can go home. And then he probably got like an attitude. I don't know what the other guys said, but he said, you can meet me outside with your bitch ass. Meet me outside with your bitch ass. And when I went back there, I heard that the guys were talking about the other gangs, and they were mad, like, no, that nigga is talking crazy. I would have had to step outside with his ass. Like, you know, again, the same manager that hired me, the same one I just keep having problems with after problems with, and like, he's like a cutie and everything. Like, that's what bothered me. He's like, you're a cutie, but you acting like this. I don't know. You need to get it together, baby, for real. And so then I heard, that whole situation, I heard him talking about it to the owner. And he was like, yeah, like trying to be all like, yeah, he can get his ass. That's what he gets. Like, and I just casually kept pushing. And so then my last day, which was that Friday, and then when I first got there, his iPad was missing. Again, the one that hired me, iPad was missing. And he was like, yeah, probably one of those rat ass kids stole my First of all, it only be black kids in here. Literally. And you talking about some rat ass kids, nigga. You work for a whole company. Like, you better chill out. And I just like, huh? Like, oh yeah, they probably stole your, yeah. I think he ended up finding the iPad, y'all, because I seen him with the iPad again later. But anyway, at the end of my shift, he was like, comes up to me. He goes, can we talk? No, back up. Let me back up. So there comes a point too in the story where I was doing the draft beer, and the beer was out. Again, I never been to the cooler or like how to change stuff out. Never been there, never seen it before, like none of that. And so he was like, oh, I told him, I said, hey, it's out. You know, I don't know if it's like out for good. You guys have more. And he goes, oh, I forgot you're not a bartender. Like, just like this slow, I forgot you're not a bartender. And rolls his eyes. And I roll my eyes so hard. I'm like, ugh. And I walk away. But he like, you know, he's not paying attention. He just like, like he's in disgust with me. And I'm like, in disgust with him. And so, I get, and then that's when he asked to talk to me. And when he asked to talk to me at the end of my shift, I prayed about it. I said, Lord, like, please just, like, allow your will to be done. Like, Lord, just please allow your will to be done. Because I already, like, knew, like, you know, when he asked to talk to me, I already knew it was something. And keep in mind, y'all, I just prayed on the way to work and everything. And 2 days before I prayed, like, Lord, I don't have a sitter. I didn't even have a sitter to come into work tomorrow. Because my grandma, thank God, babysat for me that day. But I knew I couldn't put that pressure on her to watch Shavi. And I knew that wasn't God's will. But I was like, okay, Lord, are you going to send me a sitter? Like, what? Well, I said, Lord, let your will be done. I remember I was going into the kitchen. I remember standing up at like wall, and I said, Lord, let your will be done. Kept walking. And so I got my money, and I like made like over $200. And I was like, period. Like, I just did good. And then like, I already knew he was going to, you know, talk to me. I didn't know what it necessarily about. But he was like, I just feel like it's not working out. He was like, I just feel like it's not working out for you. Like, I just feel like you don't want to be here. And I'm like, what do you mean I don't want to be here? I'm here. Like, and not only am I here, like, I've been making good money, more money than most of your servers have made. From some people I've talked to, I've heard people that only made $50 and people are like, I'm gonna quit. People don't even show up. I've been to every shift, been on time. I've went out my way to like host for you guys, not even making extra money. I've hosted, I've sat people, like I even made their like little seating chart. And y'all got the nerve. Okay, it's all good, you know. And he was like, then he goes, then I had people, complaining. I had like a lot of people come up to me about you today, that you weren't tending to them and helping them. And I'm like, yeah. And I said, how do you guys expect me to go to this far A kitchen? I didn't say this, but how do you expect me to go to this? The kitchen's literally all the way in the back in the corner. And then it's not like just like a rail. You have to walk in the kitchen and then go to like the little stand. I'm like, it's not like, I'm just not used to that. I'm like, how do you expect me to do this and run, and go here, and there, and also host and take tables and make drinks? Like, I said, how genuinely do you think that? I said, I love this job. Like, I enjoy being here. So I just feel like it's not fair for you to say and try to, like, I feel like you're just using that as a cover up. So what's really the issue? Well, I just feel like, for me, this is just my personal, like, I just feel like you don't want to be here. And like, I just have too many issues with you. And yeah, I'm just going to let you, we can just part ways for now and go our other way. If, we want to hire you as a server in the future, I have your number. Or if you want to go with the other managers, whatever. Well, keep in mind, I asked the restaurant manager, I said, why does Bryce have to talk to me? Do you have something that you have to say to me? I told him, he's like, no, I haven't talked to Bryce. And I'm like, okay. He's like, that's what I'm saying. They'd be weird. And I said, well, can I talk to Muj? Can you ask Muj if I can be a party host? And then he was like, yeah, well, I'll see, I'll text you tonight and let you know. I knew that was bullshit. Okay, I knew that was BS, straight BS. So I'm like, all right. And I got up because I had to, remind myself. I just said, Lord, let your will be done. And that's what happened. Literally. And I just walked out and left. And that was just that. It is what it is. Like, I just feel like everything happens for a reason. Genuinely, I believe that God has a job. There's a job with my name on it. And I'm just waiting to accept that position at a high paying rate. And I also am thankful because there's just some people that were working that I just didn't need to be around. The people that could come to the bar, it's like my city. Like, I don't need to be around certain people. God's separating me. And I know that's not the type of environment that I need to be around. And, all money ain't good money. And like, to be honest, I don't want to be up in that type of, like, I generally like being there in the flesh, but spiritually you have to be careful. So I just thank God for removing me from situations that are not for me. Because at the end of the day, what is for me will be for me. And that's not the type of person I want, like, manager. Like, I'm very strict. Like, I'm about to be working for you. Like, you're not about to, like, there's levels to this. And just because you're a manager don't mean you're ahead of me. You're not about to disrespect me, nor are you going to, like, act like, like you are just that. No, you're going to respect and honor me. Like, and I'm going to respect you as well as my manager. But he's the only one that's ever had anything to say to me. And I just don't like him. I don't, generally. And that's the only, I'm not bashing the business or nothing, but him, I don't like him. Like, that is just foul to me, but it is what it is, you guys. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm over here talking about I don't like him, but God is like, no, like, I removed you from that situation for a reason. Like you might not like him in the flesh, but genuinely I removed you from that situation. So thank him. So look, I just want to thank you. Actually, matter of fact, thank you for firing me, because you just opened up, like, that just closed the door to something I don't need to be a part of. And I am thankful. Shout out to, like I said, the owner, because he's real. He's real, y'all. And y'all better go, visit there. It's cute in there and everything. The drinks are good. Like, food's good. I went in there for like a little bit for my little birthday turn up. Got me a little drink or whatever, and it was cool. Like, I love the people. They're sweet. Be careful, But anyway, I don't got nothing bad to say about them. It is what it is. So that is the story, you guys. I am tired. I've been talking for 43 minutes. I am tired. I look so crazy right now. I'm just gonna go like this because I just want to talk to you guys. So I just made a whole story time on how I got fired from Zap Zone or whatever, and they owe me a check over a week ago. It's been 11 days exactly since they owe me a check. And I went in there like a day after I was going to try to get my check. And they pretty much like went to go supposedly look for it, and it was not there. They tried to say that they mailed it off, whatever. And then they said that they're going to mail it off. And long story short, I never got it in the mail. On up here, like, I go in, there's nobody in there. He's sitting by the phones, And I'm like, y'all are not answering. Like, and he was like, okay, just write down your hours. Like, let's just make sure we have the right hours in for you. And then he tried to say something about like, oh, it's not gonna be that much because they're gonna take out taxes. And I said, I don't care, I want my money. Because like I said, I served before and I still got back a good amount of money that's towards gas or anything like that. Anyway, I didn't know what hours I worked. I just knew there's a couple days we had to write down our hours, and they were gonna put them in for us. And then the rest of the couple of days, I clocked in on the little kiosk. So I figured it out or whatever, and I wrote it down. And then he comes back with like W-2 forms and all these different things, and I'm like, what? Like, I already filled. He's like, did you fill these out? I said, I already filled them out. Like, if I didn't fill them out, why am I working? Like, I'm just confused. Like, and it's like I hate to even bring this up, like, and post about this, because like I don't want you know what I'm saying, like, this is not to bash nobody, but it's like I don't understand like why, like, this is just unprofessional. Okay, well, that's that. So anyway, you guys, like, that's just what it is. Yeah, that's the story. I got my check. I ended up getting my check, but like I feel like that's why God removes you from situations, because he sees things that you don't. And at the end of the day, I don't have time for nobody playing with me. God's gonna put me in situations where people are gonna appreciate me and treat me as such, and I'm gonna appreciate them and treat them as such with respect, honor, and dignity. And clearly that was the place for me. And it sucks. I'm a little salty, because when I seen how much I made in a week, I was like, whoo, boy, like, I need this every week. But you know what, everything happens for a reason, and that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? So all glory to God. And yes, it took me a nap, and it's my birthday, by the way. Turn up. But anyway, y'all, I hope y'all like, subscribe, and comment below what y'all want to see next. Let me know, y'all. This is me. This is real. This is raw. Like, I ain't leaving nothing out. I'm keeping the buck. We keep it a buck around here. So anyway, I hope you guys like, subscribe, and comment. Thanks for watching. Again, have a blessed